What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Back on the Bossman Show, a friend of the show, man, a friend of mine personally, the coach of Fulton. How you see him, his famous office in the background, Keith Taylor of the Bossman Show. D, what's up, man? How you doing, my good brother?
A whole lot of nothing, man. Trying to enjoy a little bit of this sunshine that finally showed his face here the last couple of days.
I hear that, man, bro. Looking up your stuff, man. You going 11 year, bro. Like, can you believe in 11 years, man?
Not at all. Not at all. This is so crazy, man, that it is 11 years going into a year 11, and we've been here 10 years. We've survived this long.
Yeah, bro. Now, I ain't talked to you on the show since it happened, but congrats on your extension, my brother.
I appreciate it.
I know I talked to you before it happened last year, but I can't tear on the show. Congrats on the extension.
I appreciate it. That's one of the main things in life, trying to get some extensions to provide some stability for your family. And so we're really fortunate to finally get that done and live it out and see what happens.
And hey, you paid off the AD and administration's belief in you 20-win season. Those don't come by lightly or easily. So let me ask you, man. Seeing your team progress last year to get 20 wins, could have got more, to be honest, but 20 wins is 20 wins. How happy were you with your team last year, man?
I was extremely happy. I was extremely impressed with what they started off as and what they became. Watching that group gel together with an understanding of the most important thing is winning, sacrificing some of their individual accolades and maybe some of the things that they wanted to do to win. And then buying into those things that are important for that group to win. It was nothing short of fascinating, quite frankly. And it was definitely a group that they understood, they understood and kind of created their own mantra, if you will, like their pace and understanding how we have to scramble and play hard and what we have to do offensively. I thought it was really, really impressive to watch them become that. The first game we played against San Diego State, and I think we had something like 18 or 20 turnovers, to where in conference we grew and started to understand taking care of the basketball to where there were 3 or 4 or a handful of overtime games where we would have less than double digits turning the ball over. So for us to grow in those capacity or that particular capacity, it just shows and says a lot about that group.
No doubt, D, because you and I both know, man, especially those live alternates are the worst ones.
Yeah, they hurt.
And trying to limit those and Ben, when you take care of the ball, you have a chance because we both know they're gonna make shots every night. You can defend, not turning the ball over, and create offense through your defense. You have a chance to win a lot of games, even though when you're not shooting the ball from the floor the way you want to, we're getting a lot of jumpers to go in because we know it's make or miss too. So, especially
Sure.
your team locked into taking care of the basketball, I mean, it is a very key factor to the growth. Like you said, man, it's very impressive to watch and see.
Definitely, man. It showed me that our culture is in the right place and what we believe in, we're heading in the right direction. It's just a matter of doing it over and over again and believing in it. And one of our coaches said this to me this morning. He just said, get bored with the basics. Doing the same thing over and over again. And that really hit home with me. And I said it to our team, like, in my opinion, I think that's why Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady and even LeBron and some of the greats that you think of, they're not spectacular. They're just really, really good at the basics. Really, really good at the basics.
Yes.
And so, trying to get our guys to buy into that and believe that is in fact one of the secrets to success. That's something that's really, really important. But it also, with our new group, presents some challenges in terms of getting them to understand that concept, but then also buy into that concept and then execute that concept. It's why you coach, kind of, sort of, and the challenge is you have a new group every year.
No doubt, especially in this new world of NIL and the portal. So now, it's been the Big West is not like NILs I think, but how has the NIL and the portal affected how you recruit? Because it's out there. It's like the fragrancy of college basketball now. Like you have free agents every year. So how affected how you go about building your roster right now, D?
I would start by saying, working from the inside out. For the first time, the NLI has really, really jumped up and bit us in the butt. We lost our leading scorer to University of Alabama because of NIL. And so that hurt, obviously, but it says a lot for him. It says a lot for his family. It says a lot for us as a program in terms of being able to produce a guy that averages 16, almost 17 points a game. And then we win over 20 games that season as well. He's a guy that's gone to the NCAA tournament. So, that was expected, so to speak. But obviously when it happens, obviously it still hurts. But for us, in terms of recruiting, trying to replace that, we're, like you mentioned, we're not in a situation where we just got an unlimited amount of NIL. We're able to do a couple of things here and there, which are really small on the radar scale. And so we talk right up front with recruits and basically tell them, hey man, like if you're interested in the NIL, this is what we can do, but don't expect a whole lot because we can't. And if you are expecting a whole lot, there's really limited or limited stuff that we can do together. If your decision is driven by NIL, we're probably not going to be good together. It has to be driven by winning. It has to be driven by the opportunity. It has to be driven by, wanting a true college experience without all of the NIL stuff, just because we're not able to or not equipped to be able to handle that stuff.
No doubt. And I saw you sign really high school guys too, brother. To tell me about those signees you had, man.
Yeah, really, really excited. And I think it's a product of the NIL. I thought the last year, a lot of colleges or a lot of universities were going after guys in the transfer portal. And so we set our eyes on guys, high school kids that we wouldn't ordinarily be able to get because, the universities, they're looking elsewhere or in the transfer portal and, NIL and all of that stuff. And we were able to get 3 high school guys that ordinarily we wouldn't be able to even be in the room with. And so we got a young man from East St. Louis High School by the name of Antoine Roberson. And then we got 2 kids out of Texas, one out of San Antonio who played for Bruce Bowen. They won a state championship. Kendrick DeLuna, 6'11". And then we got another kid, Keith, out of Dallas. Keith Richardson, really, really excited about what he brings to the table. But again, those are all 3 guys that I think under normal circumstances or pre-NIL circumstances, we probably wouldn't be able to attract those guys.
And D, what's good about it is you can still build your roster through high school guys and let guys develop, because player development is, I know, it's very key for you. And
Yeah.
I still think that high schoolers are useful in this market. I know some people don't want to do it, but I feel like they're useful. And if you get the right ones in your system program, it can develop something really, really, really nice. And you all have something growing out there, man. You do. You've been there for going 11 seasons. You have a standard out there. They gave it. You are the culture. I thought these young men could come in here and really help you guys compete in that Big West, and hopefully you'll go to the big dance again. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of development, the opportunity to take that development from a skill session to on the floor is really important to these guys. They want to get out on the court and they want to play. And so we can offer that to them. But we also have an understanding of, hey, man, if they come here and they do what they're supposed to, which is develop, which is put up some productive numbers, probably not going to coach them all 4 years. And I don't want to say okay with it, but I'm okay with it because I know it's a part of today's society. It's a part of college athletics. So we're just trying to help guys be as good as they possibly can be and do what they can do from a production standpoint, and then let the chips fall where they may. If we win 20 games and they produce at a high clip and they want to move on, it is what it is.
And it also is good for you on the back end because, hey, guys know they come to Fullerton, they'll develop and turn into something. So I know it sucks. You kind of have to be okay with it. But same time, well, look, we developed you. You do it, like you said, develop you is one of your things. So there you go. And, hey, we got you. You know, it's doing run it that way. You know,
No
so,
doubt.
hey, so, I mean, you got to make the system work for you. That's kind of how I made radio work all these years. make it work for me.
Definitely. You have to be keen and aware of what it is that you do it really, really well, and then whatever happens, and that's the way that that we look at it in terms of just trying to be productive with what we have every day. Find a way to be productive, which obviously you've done a hell of a job of that, and from a radio standpoint, in terms of growing your show and growing your role with the Hawks.
No doubt, brother. I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's funny you say that because I was telling somebody it's funny how a guy was trying to copy my interview style now. Like having conversations, not having interview questions. It's not asking for
Sure.
my it's funny how I was vilified for being different. I see guys trying to copy what I do now.
Yep.
It's
Well,
hilarious how it's tables are turned now.
yeah, well, they say imitation is one of the greatest forms of flattery. So I would take a page out of that book and appreciate it. I mean, but it's often duplicated, but never the same as what you do, how
No,
you do.
no doubt, because they got this kind of style and this flow to it. Like it's not natural. They try to do something they're not used to doing. It's not natural. This is what I
No
do.
doubt. No
I'm a
doubt.
barbershop dude. That's what I come from, the barbershop. You feel me? I'm a
No doubt.
barbershop dude. You know what I'm saying? And you know
Yep.
what, D man, let me ask you this, man. Like, I know you're happy with what you got going to team, man. So how workouts going right now? Seeing your new guys together, man, what they're kind of gelling right now. How's it going so far?
I think to use your terminology, just being able to see those guys together and perform what little tasks we've given them together has been extremely impressive. But I would even go one step back and say I've been impressed with the types of young men that we've been around, and we're able to get on the floor with every single day. They literally are unbelievable, really, really good dudes, man. They're coachable. They don't have an attitude, or they're just trying to get better, and they're trying to get better quick. And so they're getting their fair share. They're getting their ass kicked in the weight room and even on the floor a little bit, especially for the new guys, because it's so new and so different. But what we're trying to create are just habits, just things that they can rely on, like they rely on breathing. But they don't know that they're breathing. They just do it. And so we're trying to create those habits. So far, things are going really well. Obviously, we have a long way to go. But slowly but surely, we're just trying to put one foot in front of the other and move forward. And that's what we're doing. I mean, it's interesting because we have seven new guys, maybe eight new guys. And so it takes a little bit of time to let them understand what you're trying to do and then try to get them to execute those things day in and day out. And one of the issues, I wouldn't even say it's an issue. It's the price of doing business, if you will. The carryover when you focus on one thing and then you start putting on 2 and 3 and 4 different things to that one thing, all of a sudden that one thing that you started with is not the same as it is, or as it needs to be. And so just trying to provide a level of carryover with this group, I think, is the biggest thing that we have to do better at, right now. But again, I'm excited about it. I get up every morning, I get to be around these dudes, and they not only provide a level of work, but they just give off energy, and you can feed off of that energy. They feed off each other's energy, and it's just an energetic situation. So the hour that we do get to spend on the floor, it's pretty good.
Now, D, I was talking to the kids at the basketball camp about a story about how when I was a child, I got out from school, I had 3 hours of non-school stuff. It was an hour of catching footballs, an hour of shooting ball, or an hour out there hitting left-handed or right-handed, whatever it was, doing pop fouls with my father. So I'm used to habits and regiments. So for me, it's like it's natural for me to get into a rhythm and a groove because as a child, my dad had me doing football for catching balls, shooting and hitting the baseball, catching and doing ground balls. So I told the kids who come to basketball camp, take these drills you're learning and put them in part of your daily routine. That's how you're going to get better. That's how I got better because I kept working at it. Then my dad was a coach too. So it's like, it made me who I am today. Because I said, football was my best thing I did, and it got me to where I am today. But you might be basketball for you all, or whatever it is. But like you said, develop those habits. Get into a rhythm and a groove that you can repeat every day. So it becomes like that, like you said, rhythm to you. So I think in sports, having habits, having a work ethic, having a rhythm to what you're doing and a purpose will get you better every day. Like you did for me from 4 years old to only going to NC State.
Yeah, no, I think sports is the greatest teacher of life lessons, and we're really fortunate to be able to teach these things that apply to real life, and I'm sure you've done the same thing with your professional life in terms of developing that rhythm, in terms of developing a base, the foundation, the fundamentals, and then growing from there. But nowadays it's different because kids, they don't have, or they do have distractions, and they have a lot of different options that maybe you and I didn't have growing up. And so that hour spent catching a football, or that hour spent catching a baseball, or throwing a baseball, or hitting a baseball, or whatever it is, we didn't have the number of options and the number of distractions, if you will, that younger kids have. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's good. It just is what it is, and it's unfortunate, these things, they come into play. But the more and more kids, it's so funny, man, just keeping things simple. The more and more you can keep things simple and get really good at simple things, you'd be amazed at how much better you are than your peers. If you just focus on being really, really, really good. And I'm not saying it's, it has to be one sport. I'm saying something really, really good. Only do one thing and do it really, really well. And I think you'd be amazed at how good it can be for you. But you'd be amazed at what it teaches you, that you can either apply to sports or you can apply to the real world.
And you know what, D? I'm going to tell you, by proxy, being around the NBA the way I have, I've been able to help young middle school kids with basketball, showing them high-level basketball that I see every day. And taking some of those things I've seen in practice and shoot arounds and say, hey, if you want to get to that level, it's what they do. So being able to pass that along to college kids as well. I think for me, I didn't play professionally like I wanted to, still being around the game and be able to still help people and pay it forward to what I'm doing, man, is something I believe in service. I believe in being a servant for other people. And I feel like using this platform of my show and being around where I am because my job, I'm able to help grow the game of basketball and football the way I wanted to. I didn't play it myself. Still impact the game, so I'm not actually on the field.
No doubt. There's that's at the core of who you are. You're driven by helping people because somebody helps you, I'm sure. But you're driven by taking, bits and pieces of who you are and who you've become, and then sharing it in hopes that it helps the younger generation. And to me, that's what life is all about. That's what this thing that we do is all about. It's providing help because, as you know, either somebody helped you or somebody is going to help you, and you need that. I'm a 50-year-old, or not 50, but I'm 49, and I know I need help. I can't do everything. I can't, and so I don't expect myself to do everything. I do what I can really, really, really well, and try to do it as hard as possible. And then whatever happens, man, is going to happen. But at least I know at the end of the day, I went as hard as I possibly could. I gave everything I had with no holds barred. And to me, that's what I'm required to do. And so that's what I'm going to do.
No doubt, D. And I feel like this, man. I feel like no matter what happens in my career going forward with the NBA or whatever, I'm blessed because I've established something that nobody can take from me, which is this show. You know what
No
I'm
doubt.
saying? No matter what happens to me on that level, I have this to still help you.
No doubt.
Because
No
it ain't
doubt.
about the money for me. I don't need the money for this show.
Yeah.
I make enough money doing what I do. But this is about helping people. Talking to you because I want to, not because something bad happened or you only won something. I'm talking to you. Because that's what gets me about in my professional media. It's only when something bad happens or you win. It's never just because.
Yeah, well, that's the part of what the media does. It's all clickbait. It's what can I say? What can I do to get people to click on my story? And most people in our generation, not generation, but in our world, they only click on bad stuff. If you go and I'm feeding the homeless, they're probably not going to click on that. But if you go and do something crazy, they're probably going to click on that. And that's just the way that our world works. And it's unfortunate, but again, that's not necessarily what I subscribe to. I subscribe to people like yourself. I'm driven by, inspired by people like yourself that are here to help and here to provide what they can. And they do that. And that's what I count on people like you for.
It's funny. I did an interview. Somebody asked me, why do you interview so many coaches in college? Because I can impact them.
Mm-hmm.
NBA don't need my help. They already in the NBA.
Right.
NFL don't need my help. They're already there.
Right.
How can I use this platform of 44 affiliates and 35 podcast platforms to get their message out? Yeah. And do it. Don't ask them for a dime. No doubt. I don't ask you for nothing. I just come on the show and I'm gonna do it because I can, because that's how I can give back. I don't have to, talk to guys in the NBA because it doesn't work. They already there. No doubt. Letting a young man hear your story, hear about your program is more important to me than interviewing an NBA coach.
No question.
Anyway,
Yeah. No question. It's crazy how that works, but I think it's important to know who you are and know your why, and be driven by that and subscribe to that and try to promote that every single day.
No doubt. Indeed, like you said, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. I got it here on my list here. This is your on the show, 14 times on the show, brother. 14
really?
times. Yes.
That's crazy. That's got to be like I should be. I'm leading the pack, right? Like
you're up
that's
there.
The most.
You're up there, brother. Yes, you're at the top. You're at the top, brother. Yes, 14
like
is you.
You're
the 14. It's your 40 time on the show. Yes, brother. 14 times.
I like it. You got to be known for something, so you might as well be known for that.
You didn't think you had no idea. You had no idea, did you?
No, none. Nah. When we first started talking, the only reason why I was intrigued is because you look like me. That's the only reason. Yeah. And from that, obviously, a relationship has grown and things have been really, really good for both of us. But the initial draw, it's because you look like me. Period.
Yeah. Yes. No, 100%. That's the point of entry. Because I say all the time in articles. That's when I come at baseball. I was like, hey, they didn't see somebody that looks like them.
Yeah.
That's what they understand. The Braves did not understand. They said, ask me, why the Uptons want to talk to you? They want to talk to you. We look alike. We have a shared experience.
And people that don't look like that, don't look like you or me, or look like there's no commonality, they don't understand that. And
I said, even the Dominican guys who look like me, they who understand where we all came from. There's a boat trip and a point of a finger as to why you're Dominican, Haitian, and they saw me as one of them.
Yep.
So that's what I say all the time. That hey, that's a point of entry sometimes. Like you said, because hey, we probably have something common with a shared experience, you know?
No doubt. No, probably you do. You definitely do. From being the same color or human, you know, there's a commonality that you can find, but the obvious commonality is you look like me. And so that just it provides a level of, like you said, an entry point to go down that road, and let's see where it takes us.
Yeah, so brother, you're 14. Daniel Ford's 11. He's Tennessee State. He's right behind you. You're nice. 14, brother. You got the record.
Nice.
The most appearances on the Bossman Show, DJ Taylor. Yes, he has the record.
I love it. I love it. Hey, you can only be first once.
Yes.
You can only be first once.
I doubt you to get beat. I doubt you to get beat anytime soon.
Good. If you think I'm getting close, then let's ramp up the times that I'm on the show.
No doubt. Hey, no doubt, brother. That's what I got for you, man. I saw you have an elite camp coming up. Tell us about that coming up, brother.
Yeah, it's an elite camp that we have August 3rd and August 4th on campus, 9 to 12 both days. The camps are the same. There's no differentiation between the two, but it's just a chance to get to work with recruitable athletes. They get a chance to be on a Division I floor, get to work with the Division I staff, and get some tools that can help propel them to the next level. We use it as an opportunity to recruit as well. So there'll be some guys there that we're recruiting. There'll be some guys there that may even might be their first time playing basketball. But more so than anything, we're just trying to introduce them to our culture, which is created by working, which is created by development, but also from a relationship standpoint. We're trying to accomplish those things, and we think it's a great opportunity to spend 3 hours together with each other and work our butt off and see what happens.
No doubt. Well, folks, you talk to the man with record fits on the Bossman Show. This 14th time, the man himself, DJ Taylor on the Bossman Show from Fulton. Hey, brother, always a pleasure to talk to you, my guy. We got to make it get real soon, my brother. Definitely.
Let's make it happen, man. Have a good summer, and I look forward to catching up.
All right, brother.
Okay, take care.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.